I call life in the fast lane. Come on, speed it up. Wait a minute, don't go too fast. Slow down a little. Going too fast now. Hey, come on. You're scaring me. Either slow down or let me out. What are you doing? Come on, get it back in line. You've lost control. You've lost control.
We never thought much about the future. Oh, we worried about our children, maybe our grandchildren. Not much beyond that. We thought it would last forever. We'd no idea such a big system could collapse. The signs were there, but they used to tell us everything would be okay.
Yes, it is a technical problem, but there are new technologies to solve it.
Oh, they were so smart with those bacteria they thought would eat up the oil spills. Yeah, sure. Cure everything with more technology.
How stupid we were. Lead poisoning showing up in the Arctic, acid rains falling, species dying. Look at the pictures of how things were. We were near the end of arable land, inhabitable space. Oil, gas. All our rationing schemes were too late. Was it the government's fault? The corporations? The systems? The economy wouldn't respond. Unemployment, inflation, stagnation. And it crept in. Famine and plague, Africa, South America, the Middle East, but it's only when it gets to your own country that you feel it.
My children! Am I supposed to let them starve?
I'm fighting for my kids, you fascist!
The world was suddenly angry. We were blaming each other.
An angry mob is storming the Capitol. Last night, vandals tore out 3 more markets in their search for food.
We lost control of the weather.
We think the excessive industrial CO2 in the atmosphere led to a global warming which started the whole chain.
I think it's a military assault. Our enemies are way ahead in weather control.
Food-producing areas were destroyed. Most of the richest land became useless. And there were so many other horrors. Nothing most people had ever lived through could prepare them.
The earthquake has cracked open the containment wall. Radioactive water has leaked out. The fuel rods are damaged.
In case the terrorists do possess the nuclear device, the FBI has been directed to evacuate all of Washington. 17 pounds of plutonium are apparently missing.
The leak of radioactive chemicals into the groundwater now threatens water supplies for the entire Southwest. They're still looking for the source. Reports say it may have come from an old dumping site.
Our energy screens in space appear to have drifted offline. Officials are attempting to correct it, but the microwave beam is shifting east. The first victims have been reported in rural areas. These people are badly burned. They are dazed and sick from the radiation. We're doing what we can for them.
Where's my family? Oh my God.
Yes, it looks like Chicago is right in the path of the beam. There's no panic yet, but we're expecting trouble later on. The first rush has started.
Stage 5 critical smog levels have been reached. Do not venture outdoors or open windows. Start children on oxygen supplement.
What do you mean you can't do anything about it? My 3 children are dying!
The virus is out of control and spreading fast. We can't tell you what to do yet. The computers are still trying to analyze it. It may have come from outside our borders.
Tensions in the Middle East have demanded that we go in first. The Rapid Deployment Force is launching a preemptive strike on the Persian Gulf. Of course, we'll have to use tactical nuclear weapons.
People look at the future as if it's so far away, a distant land. I think it's closer than that. I see something new developing, not just more of what we've known in the past, something quite different, a transformation, a change of consciousness. If I could feel your pain, how could I let you suffer?
Apparently, we can feed the world's hungry if we want to. There is enough food. It's a question of distribution.
Right now, world population growth is out of control. There'll be more starvation before we learn to control it, but we will. We have to.
We know now, when we damage the environment, we damage ourselves. This is going to become unacceptable. We've seen the images so often. We're finally going to realize that our fellow species are a part of ourselves.
Thermonuclear war would be the end of civilization as we know it. Worldwide fallout, the Earth's temperature changed, much of the ozone layer destroyed. Millions dead, blind, and injured. Now surely we've got more sense than that.
There are some alternatives we might consider. For the cost of a new missile system, we could house the world's homeless. This could buy schooling for 16 million in developing countries. Instead of this, we could build 66 low-cost houses. Here's a transit system for 2 major cities. And this could be 75 fully equipped 100-bed hospitals.
There are some signs of things changing, some seeds.
We're making headway with new energy sources, from the wind, the Earth's heat, the sun. They can be centralized or small scale. But the real change of consciousness is in using less, not just switching supply.
As industrial designers, we're taking much more trouble with energy waste. Insulating, improving window designs, energy waste just isn't permissible anymore.
We're doing research on how to move people more efficiently, both for the cities and across the country.
Sure, mass transit's a great idea, but I think we're going to use less transportation and more communication, perhaps even telepathy. We can develop networks and live closer to our work. It's not just smaller cars, though that is a start.
Platinum, manganese, gold.
World resources are limited.
Mercury.
That's going to mean massive change.
Nickel.
The industrialized nations will have to consume less
copper,
and share more.
Lead, tin.
Now maybe it won't happen,
zinc,
but given the alternative of collapse.
Iron, aluminum.
We've started recycling. We know we've got to take care of what's left. We'll get used to it, and there'll be benefits too. We'll make products that last.
It's not just more things we need. I sense a move away from materialism. People are looking for a better quality of life.
We're seeing some alternatives to high-technology medicine. Acupuncture, massage,
maybe people are trying to live healthier lives, too.
Meditation.
I think natural processes will become more important again.
This is an urban center for appropriate technology. We're experimenting with aquaculture and the interaction between fish, plants, and insects. We're not rejecting technology, but we're moving away from these centralized, capital and energy-intensive methods towards smaller, community-scale systems.
We've tested out new structures, and now we're starting to build. The main construction is going to be behind these. The plan is to house 5,000 people in one building. The solar greenhouses below are designed to provide food and heat for the living structure.
I see the growth of small groups of intelligence around the world. The groups will spread and they'll influence others as the transformation takes shape.
We're just starting to understand new aspects of the brain, how the two sides interact, and how we relate to each other. There are signs that we're at a turning point. There's a change happening, both within and without.
If we looked in from the outside, perhaps we could see more clearly. Is there something changing? A new brain forming? A new heart? There are some new seeds, but are they enough?